I'm Abby, one of the co-hosts for the Tripping on Bricks. Here with Tim, doing the best intro. And as you can tell, we have an assortment of chips on here. And if you don't already know, we're kind of doing a Hot Ones style interview with a couple members from C.O.W, which is the Comedians of Western, and then also the Dead Parrots Society, which is the improv club at Western. And we're going to be interviewing them while also, going through some phases, eating some hot chips, and it'll be fun. So if y'all want to introduce yourself, then we'll get into it.
That's right. You want to go first?
Sure. I'll go first. I'm Ben. I'm the artistic director for the Dead Parrots Society, which is the improv team here on campus. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Do I introduce the club?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the Dead Parrots Society, founded in '98, is the improv team at Western. And we're a pretty cool club because we have open rehearsals. So that's any skill level, whether or not you've done comedy, you're like lots of theater, no theater, stand up, or like never told a joke in your life. You can come.
100% serious.
Yeah. Just a straight face, and you're like, I want to smile. And you can come to our clubs. We meet Tuesdays in Bond Hall 225, 8 to 10 p.m. It's late, but it's when everyone can make it. And so it's a lot of fun, and that's kind of a unique thing that we get to have that weekly space where we can kind of form a community around jokes.
Cool.
Nice, very fun.
Awesome. I am Johnny, and I'm
Number one.
I'm a proud member of the Comedians of Western Comedy Club, stand-up club. We meet every other Thursday. Well, we have open mics every other Thursday. Sign-up start at 6:30. Show starts at 10. Underground Coffee House. And then every Thursday we don't have an open mic. We have a club meeting at 6:30 in Bond Hall 112. So it's nice. You can come. It's even more accessible than his crazy ass stuff.
Oh!
You don't gotta be good at comedy at all. You can just go up and bullshit. You can say whatever you want.
The rivalry is already starting right now.
It's very accessible. It's very fun. Yeah.
Cool. Well, isn't one of you also a part of C.O.W? Or right? I thought there was some overlap, right?
I do the open mics when I can.
Oh, cool.
Many
All right.
hats.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to have a little, we're not going to have a competition, but I can already sense
We'll
the
make
rivalry.
it one.
Yeah. So before we eat our first chip.
Nobody didn't pick that up. It's fine.
Before we eat our first chip, how's everyone's spice level? Personally, I like spicy food, but spicy food does not like me, so we'll see how this goes. How about you?
I like the idea of spicy food, and I wish I liked spicy food more because I think it's cool. Like going to a restaurant and being like, I'll have the 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's not me.
You like a 2-star
I'm
type of guy?
I'm a 2-star kind of guy.
Yeah, I feel that.
And sometimes 3-star. I went to a restaurant in Arizona once called Stoudemire's after a Phoenix Suns basketball game.
Okay.
And
25 points. Yes.
I was playing for the Phoenix Suns, and I cried, and I went to the bathroom and washing out my mouth with soap and water. That was years ago, and I've never really been ambitious about spice ever since. So we'll see how this goes.
Oh, you gave up.
I gave up. Yeah, I retired.
You're
I retired.
That's crazy.
I'm a quitter. Yeah, we'll see if I make it
After
through
a
this
25-point
podcast.
game, why even go back to the
I'll
court?
say,
Exactly.
he
I'm
knows his
retiring
strengths.
today also. I'm announcing my retirement from rec basketball.
How are y'all about spice?
It's okay. If I go to Burrito King, I get all toppings, but then I always regret it. But then I go back the next time, and they're like, "Do you want all toppings?" And I'm like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a time."
That's a good barometer, I think.
Yeah.
Burrito King toppings.
So that's where I am. I'm like, I go back to Burrito King, but I always regret it.
Short memory.
I'm horrible with spice. I hate spice.
Can you show you the milk?
I prepared because
Milk.
I don't know if you guys know, but I am 1/4 white, and that 1/4 is all in my tongue.
4.
So I have come prepared, and then I have half a gallon of water.
Whoa. So
5
you're
pints of
things
milk.
the most prepared.
Not to
And
share.
if anyone wants some milk, $3. I am wheeling and dealing.
All right.
There you go.
Well, okay, so the first chip is going to be, what is it? Can you read that off?
All right. The first chip, we don't know where this came from, and it's called Turbos Flamas.
Just appeared.
It just appeared on the table.
Appeared at the foot of my bed when I woke up this morning.
We took a whiff, and it's very limey. And I think we're going to dig in as we get to our first question.
And
Me and Abby are playing along, by the way, because we're tough.
I feel like we're going to start off with 2, right?
Oh, you want to do 2?
Yeah. I don't know how hot these are going to be.
We don't know how hot
Yeah,
it's
we
gonna
don't
be.
know,
Why
so
are
you
we-
start
Yeah.
with...
We don't. We don't
with
know what the fuck.
Yeah.
This
We
have
is.
no
Let's see,
idea.
Let's
Okay.
find out.
We're going to need 2, and then
Should
we'll
we
get
all
into phase
eat at
1.
the same
Yeah,
time?
we'll
Yeah.
eat at the same time.
Cheers in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
This seems
Awesome.
like a funny like grocery outlet find.
Yeah.
I was,
Where-
Oh man.
It was like maybe made first for horses.
It's horse food, and then they were like,
Oh
let's
my
just throw a bunch of
God.
spice on there.
Oh,
They
man.
won't taste the difference. All right, turbos.
Turbos Flamas.
Turbos
Turbos
Flamas.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
I ain't saying none of the names of
Cheers.
these chips. I'm not getting
Cheers?
sponsored.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheers. I don't know what we doing.
Not bad.
They're tasty.
These ain't shit to me.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm
cool.
fucking invincible.
Very confident.
Okay, I feel like... Yeah. That's a pretty good to start
I'm big
off.
on mind over matter, so
Yeah.
if you just
You know
lie
what?
to yourself,
Just sweating.
no matter
buckets.
how hard it is to be like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
no.
These chips ain't shit. Baby chips.
Well, I'm big on matter over mind, so I just kind of pretend that whatever I'm feeling isn't there.
You sound like
If
you're
you
already
have no
fighting for your
mind.
life.
No, I'm good.
You like get a long exhale after that sentence.
Nah, I'm
It
good.
is a little spicy at the end.
Okay, so phase 1. I mean, you already kind of explained, but like, what do you do within your organization? You said you're the artistic director, so what do you do with that?
Yeah. So the artistic director is just that like when we're doing a show, even though it's improv, you still have somebody who's like a coach who's like telling, "Are you going for?" Yeah.
We're all going?
It was pretty good.
Come on. Are you gonna?
This is fun. Well, I don't want to look like a bitch now. Y'all like.
And so
I'm trying to numb my mouth. Sorry.
So it's still like steering the team. It's like a coaching role. I mean, you know, since we don't really rehearse, we practice. It's less like a director and more like a coach, I'd say. But yeah, steering the ship, kind of deciding what the shows should look like, and then taking all the team members and giving them notes so that we can all be performing at our best.
And because you're kind of coaching people, I'm assuming you've been a part of DPS for like 4, or you're like 4th year?
Yeah. So I started coming to the clubs my freshman year. And then I got called up to the team over quarantine, so that would have been 2 years ago.
What do you
This is
want?
my
Like your
third
7th year?
Yeah. I'm big 30th birthday coming soon. I really hope to graduate one of these days.
And how about you? I know with the Comedians of Western, I guess y'all have a club, but do you have like specific like a
Yes, we
hierarchy?
do. We have a governmental body.
As all good clubs do.
Currently, you know, I'm a mere member, but I am on a hot campaign for club manager. Vote for me. Only if you're in club, though. If you're in club, you can't vote. But
No
if anyone in club's
write-ins.
watching this, vote for me. Club manager. I'm the only person running. I'm gonna win.
You know what? Then yeah, you're gonna win.
Pretty
unopposed.
confident.
It'll
Still,
be
the
good.
press tour is a good idea.
So
Yeah.
Get the word out for the vote.
what do y'all do like within like the little practices that you have or like the club meetings? Like, I mean, I guess practice right with the comedy club. Like, do you just like tell jokes to each other?
Yeah, practice material.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know. It kind of just depends on what we're feeling at that particular meeting. Recently, we've been a lot more cerebral. It's also like it's a good place to be like, okay, does anyone want to try out some material? And then we can be like, oh yeah, here's what we think is better. It's a great environment because if someone says a joke that's funnier than yours in response to yours, you can take it.
That's good. I was wondering specifically for the Comedians of Western, like, is that a good like audience to practice jokes on, or is it like more competitive?
It's a really great audience to try out jokes on because it's like very uncompetitive in the way where it's like we're all willing to build each other's jokes up. Where it's like, okay, this joke you're telling us is great, but here's how I feel like you could make it better. And
That's a good way to be.
And you'd be like, oh, that's good, or oh, I don't give a fuck, I ain't gonna use that. That's a great part about advice. You don't have to listen at all.
Fair.
That reminds me of like when you're playing Uno, you just like put the +2, and then like you gotta put another +2 down, and it's like bam.
Yeah, we just
Really
keep
good.
+2ing each other's
Yeah.
jokes.
Very
That's what I
additive.
walk into every cow meeting with is a deck of just +2 cards.
It's a lot of riffing in the
Yeah.
club. We got
No, that sounds cool. And then I guess going off of that, like, what do you think makes each of your clubs unique? And I guess even with your perspective, since you're kind of on both, like, what makes DPS and I mean, obviously, like, there is a difference, but comedy-wise, what do you think is unique about both different like clubs?
Like the thing that's great about both of them is that like comedy is an art that I think kind of has to be shared. That if you're a painter, you could like paint in your free time and have a collection of paintings in your basement, and that might be enough for you if that's like the way that you express yourself. But as someone who's told jokes out loud in an empty basement, it's kind of sad.
There's no one there to laugh.
Yeah, and so it's like it's something that is inherently communal. And like I really like framing it that way as communally instead of transactionally. And so both spaces like give you a place where you get to do that. You get to be up in front of your friends and people who want to see you succeed and tell jokes. I would say that like what's unique about them is like I think that Cow has like these kind of separate workshops or like separate weeks of like this week we're telling jokes to each other to work on them, and then this week is an open mic where we're presenting them to an audience. And so that's really good of like if you want time to prepare something and then time to present it. Whereas improv, it's just you show up on that Tuesday and then you go up, do a scene for 5 or 10 minutes with, some other people who also showed up to club, and then go back down, and then we can give you some notes on like, hey, this was really great, and if you're looking, we could have even gotten a bigger laugh if you'd taken it one step further kind of thing. And so it's more of the two sides of like creation and performance, because it's improv, are like at the same time. And I think that speaks to two different kind of styles of comedy that people like.
Okay.
So within an improv like practice, and like you said you sort of like direct like the way that the entire like subject of the club is going. What sort of things do you aim for, like in terms of subjects, and like is it everything, or do you try to like zone in on specific aspects, if that makes sense?
Sure, yeah. So like going into a rehearsal, going into like one of those Tuesdays, we pick like a person who's going to run it, like one of the team members who wants to run that meeting, and then they usually pick a topic. So like an easy one is like character work, and so that's like we want to play like big goofy characters who use silly voices and walk differently, and like like this guy just like collects every kind of mustard and really wants to tell you about it. Right? Or another day could be like we want to focus on agreements, like the yes and idea of like scenes
the
usually
+2.
go yeah. Scenes usually go funnier if both improvisers know which way the scene is heading, but they don't get to talk about it ahead of time. So how do we have that, like our characters are talking, but how do we talk as improvisers? And so that's like another topic. So yeah, you kind of have the theme and then play some games that help bring that out.
Interesting. And you do that through practice more than like discussing it or like talking about the concepts, because especially the like yes and like the themes, it seems like a sort of like non-verbal communication that has to happen on stage, which is such an interesting skill to like develop. And I feel like that could only happen through actual practice and putting it into the work.
We talk about it, we describe what the goal is and a little bit about what it is, but that's 2 or 3 minutes out of the 2 hours. And then we take questions, but then most of we do talking, but it comes like after a scene, or sometimes we even hold during a scene to talk about like something really cool just happened. Let's explain why it was cool. But I'll also say that like that skill of the like implicit communication behind what the actual words are is like that happens every day when we talk. Right?
Yeah.
Like, good to see you. It like carries so much. And honestly, improv is like that was like something that I had a hard time with growing up. And like improv is like what's taught me has been like a playground space where like I'm having fun, but get to practice those like more intricate parts of communication.
Interesting.
And that's, I'm assuming, why you joined DPS?
Oh, well, I joined it because I like making jokes, and then but when you practice any kind of art, I think you grow as a person, and that's one of the ways I've grown.
Oh, okay, cool. And then for you specifically, like since you're a member, how long have you been a part of Cal? Like,
I've been a member for a few months. Yeah, I'm a freshman. So.
Oh, nice. Awesome! And how has that experience been for you? Like learning.
It's been very good. I feel like doing comedy kind of helps you grow a lot as a person, because one, it kind of breaks down a lot of shame. Because just going up on stage and telling people something and you don't know if they're going to laugh or not, eventually you just got to stop caring and just do it.
I love that, though.
That's big.
Because I
Lesson,
had horrible stage fright before I started, and still kind of do, but it's just like, but this has helped me a lot, kind of just grow and help me be more kind of outgoing in my normal life as well. And I think even if you don't want to chase like stand up as a profession, it's a really valuable life skill
That's cool.
learn.
Yeah. And do you think that makes your club like the most unique, I guess? Like, do you think...
Nothing more unique than his fucking stupid ass club. You don't even prepare nothing.
Nope.
Just
wish.
go.
Goddamn amateur hour.
That's us.
I'm curious, like, as a freshman, I know, like, me a couple years ago and a lot of people that I've talked to experienced, like, a sense of detachment coming into, like, a new environment of campus. And I've always, like, when people ask or, like, if it comes up, like, how to go about your freshman year best, I always say just, like, clubs and getting involved. And I feel like everyone says that.
Damn
but
straight.
I think, especially a club like C.O.W., wouldn't you say that, like, there's something about, like, getting out of your comfort zone in that way that just, like, draws you out of that general freshman, like, distance, because it's such a big change. Did that help you at all in the transition to college?
It very much kickstarts you being like, okay, yeah, I should talk to people maybe. Because once you're on that fucking stage, just talking to, like, a crowd, very, very sizable, whatever, and it feels like, oh, talking to someone else doesn't seem as bad now.
Yeah. I can talk to one
And
person.
also, especially if you get last, it makes you feel a lot more confident in your ability to socially maneuver.
Yeah,
so
I
to
can see
say.
that. Mm-hmm.
And also, you just meet a lot of cool people in the club. Like, some of the most unique people I met in the comedy club, because stand-up just brings so many different people with different comedic styles that are all so fucking awesome.
Do y'all have fans? Stands?
I get recognized on campus.
Oh.
I get a lot of people who are like, "Hey, you're that improv dude," and I go, "Yeah," and then they're like, "Tell me a joke."
Wait, are you the parrot? Are you the parrot?
Some people have alleged that I might be Squawky the Parrot. I can neither confirm nor deny
Whoa.
the identity of Squawky.
We're not breaking news here. This is not. Don't aggregate this.
I don't know. Maybe I have fans. Most people
got
who
fans.
who tell me are my friends, so I don't know. I feel like that's biased.
You got
Sometimes
I'm
two.
a fan.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you got
I'll
three
meet
here.
somebody and they're like, "Oh, you're the comedy guy." But then one time, my friend did a bit where they were playing Cupid and they threw a bunch of condoms out into the crowd, but they didn't make it far enough. So I, like, dive bombed onto the ground and got a condom.
Yeah.
And then I met a guy, like, a couple months later and, like, "Oh, you're the guy who grabbed the condom." And I was like, "Yeah, I also performed that night as well."
And did a whole set.
Are you
yeah.
that condom grabbing dude?
I guess that's just my legacy.
Yeah, that's me.
I feel like I hope I have fans. Any fans, if you see me on campus, say hi.
Okay, well, to end phase 1, that was a great way to end it. Condom guy.
That's going to be my legacy.
Yeah.
Condom grabbers of Western.
All right, so
Cows.
the next chip, what is it? Is it a Blue Talkies or something?
The next
Oh,
chip,
Talkies.
we're getting out of my personal comfort zone because we have blue Talkies. It's not a color that happens in nature. It's like
That happens a lot of days.
nitrous blue.
It's
Not
like,
this blue.
It's like spicy.
It's like goddamn candy.
Honestly, maybe I'm like, cause I'd like, the heat subsides, so I'm like, should we be bold and eat one for each question that we answer?
Ooh,
That I
sure.
ask?
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
in.
eat more.
I think
I feel good.
We
I,
ain't
I'm
gonna do none of that. We ain't gonna do none of that too bullshit if we do
okay,
that though. We ain't gonna
we
do
can
none of
start
that.
with
All right. You guys can have one.
Yeah,
You're gonna have two?
Well,
I'll
it's
have
blue.
one
You can't have
at a
you
time,
can't
but I
have
already
two
grabbed
blue.
two.
You already
I have
grabbed
one
two.
at a time. So you're gonna eat two.
Oh,
This isn't even like an even coating. This looks like
I'm getting like
This
a
looks like-
floral note.
this looks like facial hair when you just started puberty. It's like all patchy and shit.
Okay.
Oh golly gee willikers.
I'm not tasting it yet, to be honest.
You know, this ain't shit to me.
No.
Once again, I'm invincible.
This was better than the first one, in my opinion.
better.
That's true.
Or I
Yeah.
mean, like the spice level.
Really?
I've eaten Talkies that are more spicy than this.
Yeah, maybe I
Man.
need to find one.
You like some
Wait,
goofy ass Talkies.
wait, hold on.
It comes.
You think-
Yeah, let me chill before I start looking stupid.
It's a little. I don't know. I think the turbo.
We gonna need a few more
I,
anyway.
I still got
so
my
it don't
$3.
matter. You do.
No
you have
milk.
your lifeline.
That is
Yeah.
true. Okay, so we've been talking about stage fright, or at least you were talking about that. How do y'all
Whoa.
Hit my
deal?
throat.
How do y'all
Little
deal
spicy.
with stage fright? You just don't.
Do you want to go? Because I got a quick answer.
Yeah, go. Well, what is it?
Well, for I have like a crazy ass mind
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I just anytime I'm dealing with any sort of adversity, I'm just like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And like another thing is I believe in positive mantras. The first time before I went up to do a set, I was fucking mortified. I just looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, "You're the fucking man, dog. Ooh, you so fucking funny. You got this." I just did that for like 3 minutes before I got on the bus, and it helps.
Yeah.
It does help. Also, just anything that helps calm you down before you get up, because it's easy to get like riled up, especially when the closer it gets to you doing your set. I personally, I like kind of putting in headphones and just kind of like zoning out for a bit to get in the zone. I don't do that a lot because I like listening to other stand-ups.
Say, what's a good song that you listen to like pump you up?
I listen to a lot of Jid. He gives me life.
Nice. That's good.
How about you?
The hype up shit that he was talking about is honestly huge if that's what you need. I can't recommend that enough, especially for stand-ups. Like, if you're a stand-up, like, you have your jokes written and you just have to know your shit and know that it's funny. And if it isn't funny, fine. Believe that it's funny. It's gonna go better. Like, how well it goes is not about how. I mean, like, whether it's funny or not is in the past. You already wrote the joke, right? And so now it's only about how funny you think it is. And the funnier you think it is, the better it goes.
So much of it is in confidence.
Yeah.
And just delivery.
Yeah.
My biggest fright when I'm on stage is that not that I get nervous, but that it comes across how nervous I am.
Yeah.
That's when it
'Cause
really
then-
gets off the fucking chain.
They're the only ones that know.
Yeah. Unless you show it, then the audience would have no idea.
Yeah. And then the other thing I'd say is just like practice. Like, I mean, I've been like doing class clown activities since I was very young. So like I've been, I don't know, doing dumb shit for crowds. Since I was a dumb kid with a crowd. And that just means that like, I don't know. I think I can, so, like, embarrassing things can happen, and I'm not too beat up about it. Like, I'll get embarrassed. I will get stage fright, but it's not enough to prevent me from doing it, which is, or doing it the next time. And that's the part that I think matters. So, like, go in confident, accept the fear, and don't let it stop you from going back again.
I think experience also helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because you will get less nervous, like, the more you do it.
Yeah.
That's what it's like a steep decline. And like, because the first time I went up, bro, my hands went numb.
Yeah.
I blacked
I was
out.
gone.
Since pandemic, when I do stand up, I like kind of black out on stage. Like at the end of it, I'm like, I ask like, hey, did anyone laugh at those? And that's weird. Like that didn't like happen to me, but taking like a year and change off, like that like affected it.
It's like you just have to start, and then something takes over once you start. Like as long as you get yourself to that point, then you're good.
I think once you get in the moment, stand-up that's when you're at your best with stand-up, because so much of it is just about being in the moment and feeling the crowd, because it's a dialogue instead of a monologue.
Yeah.
Always. The best stand-up, at least.
Yeah.
It's like just being able to play off the crowd, just being natural up there will go a long way.
Is there anything else you guys think like consummates like a good crowd, like the dialogue and responsiveness, or is there anything in particular that a crowd does that makes you more comfortable on stage, or the other way around? Is there anything that like definitely like means that like you're gonna struggle with the crowd?
I like when the crowd just plays along just a little bit. Like not just oh please laugh at my jokes, but if I throw a line out, somebody catch it. Somebody say something. It's the worst is when you throw something out to God in the crowd and they're just like just crickets.
You make a pun and they just like it just in one out the other and it's gone.
That's like does anyone do this? And they're like
No, nobody does this. No one has ever done this.
Yeah, what I actually look for in a crowd is just how much noise they're willing to make, even if it's booing. Like, what you don't want, you'll notice this thing that like hosts for shows like that, they always start with like make some noise, and then they have you do that like 3, 4. They have you make noise a lot of times, and that's like they're not even trying to get you to laugh. They just want like you to be loud, because there's nothing worse than silence. Right, I would way rather have a crowd that hates my jokes than a crowd that's on their phone.
That makes sense. Yeah,
and
because then it would seem that like you're really alone up there. Like if there's a crowd that's interacting, even if they're
you're
booing,
back in the basement.
Then you're back. Back in the basement telling jokes to the walls.
Yeah.
The best thing a crowd can be is just engaged.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to sum that up.
Yeah. And in whatever capacity they want to be engaged, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I mean, that kind of answers the questions, but I feel like before we do that, we gotta eat another.
More Takis.
Yeah.
That's
I
Or
didn't feel much.
should we take
Yeah.
I felt it a little bit.
I mean, what's the
Really?
wait? When does the hot sauce start showing up? Is that next round?
Well, usually that's like the last stab, but we could start doing that though.
Wait,
that
what
would
is
be-
it? Hold on.
I got an unfolded Taki.
Yeah, can we get a
Goddamn
close up on the
Lay's
this
unfolded
is this is
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Let's look a goddamn Pringle in there.
this is like the perfect hot sauce chip.
You know what? I mean, we could start. I feel like that
You
would
got
start ramping
3?
up.
I'm gonna Wolverine it.
Motherfucker.
You gotta do 4 of 1. 2.
What? Okay, no, wait a minute.
I just have one.
You know,
just
I
have
can
one.
do it.
We could use the hot sauce.
'Cause I'm built like that.
Should I put a little
Yeah,
tiny?
we could start with a little bit.
I'm mixing colors here.
This is our own segment.
Ooh,
It's
blue
a little
and-
bit
Taki's
it's gonna be
purple.
like, it's gonna
I
be
am
like purple.
invincible. 4. I'll use 6. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, are you just going?
I'm gonna.
I'll put a little bit of hot sauce.
I
I
don't-
want it to like.
I'll use 6. I'm Icarus.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Icarus.
You're flying so
I
close
go
to
to
the
work
sun right
after
now.
this, and I don't have a dinner plan, so I'm really trying to get as many chips as I can.
I'm here for the calories.
Oh,
God.
God. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, does anyone else want oh god, some hot sauce?
Yeah, I'll take another chip.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
I'm the goddamn.
How's this gonna
You put a good amount on there.
I did?
If I
more than
spill
me.
on the tablecloth, am I like off the show or?
These low key ain't shit.
Yeah, I know, I'm not
I-
feeling it either.
Fuck these talkies.
Honestly, like they're maybe tasty.
Oh shit. Okay, wait.
About to
It hit
open your
my
first
throat.
pint of milk.
They do
I ain't
sneak
doing-
up.
I'm gonna wait
Both
as
of
long
them
as
sneak
po-
up on you.
Those bags, I'm thirsty too. I don't want to drink water because that's a sign of weakness.
No, well, I'm not gonna be the first one to drink water.
True.
Who's gonna be?
Not me. I forgot my
Not
water
me.
bottle.
So y'all were talking about like, crowds and stuff. Has there ever been a time where like a crowd has just been so bad or like it's been stale? And how do you turn that around?
Ooh.
How do you turn that around?
You got an answer for
Is
that?
there a way?
No need to name names.
That's the age
No,
old
all my
question.
crowds are always great.
I love my fans.
my fans.
I never bomb. Shouts all my fans. If you see me in the streets, holla at me. You're like, oh, I saw your set. I like that bit about the theater catheters. Yeah.
No context.
Pause. I've performed for like small crowds, and that like I have to say is like that is when it's more important than ever to get them making noise. Because yeah, you don't want to hear the crickets. But I don't know, like, especially performing. Okay, I've dealt with some like bad crowds if I've like done like stand up at bars, but like on campus,
yeah.
like this is just like a community of people that want to see you succeed. Like nobody's showing up to like an underground coffee house comedy show to be like I bet they're not even that funny. I could be funnier than that. Like especially open mics. Like if because like The mentality that you hate is when someone's like, I'm funnier than these people. But at an open mic, if they think they're funnier, they
on
put
up.
they put
Oh,
their name
shoot.
down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
that's
like
I think that the underground coffee house is probably like hands down the best place to just break yourself in with comedy because it's just so welcoming. The crowds are always like, unless you're just like a dipshit on stage, like unless you give them a reason not to, they will be on your side.
Yeah, we're blessed with a good community here. I think it's like a great honestly, like I don't know like where a better place to get in at because like if you graduate and move to Seattle when you're done here and you're like, oh, like I missed doing comedy in college, I want to get into it now, and you're starting in Seattle, like I still want you to do it. I want everybody to be doing comedy, but I will tell you it's going to be a harder place
Kind
to
of
start.
scary.
And that's one of the big goals of the
Those
club,
big city
like,
folk.
It's just like being able to give people that space to like just spread their wings a bit. Even if they try comedy and find out they don't like it, it's just an accessible space. And that's why like we try to make all our shows free. We try to have those workshops so people can not network per se, but just like meld minds a bit.
Yeah, learn.
Because it makes it a lot less scary to have like at least be like, yeah, I know these comedians who are here. I know some people in the crowd, and we've talked, and and they're also like super welcoming.
Yeah,
it makes you feel a lot less scared to go up there.
It's time for phase 3.
Oh,
Are we switching chips?
We're switching chips.
All
right,
I'm feeling
I'll
a little
uncover
bit.
the extra flaming hot.
I'm good.
I don't feel nothing. Oh my
I'm
God.
good. I mean, I'm sweating.
It's settled.
Yeah, I was feeling it for a little bit there, but I cooled off. So
We'll see how these go.
We'll see how
I'm like,
these
come
go.
on, these gotta like ramp up.
These are our
Cheetos black.
extra hot Cheetos.
It's like
Like the goddamn,
yeah.
like the Burger King burger with the black buns.
Yeah.
That's like
What? How is it?
Like, have you ever seen one of those hot sauces where it's just dark?
Tastes like hot
It's just
Cheetos so far. My mouth is like kind of numb right now.
Are we taking 1 or 2?
I got
Two.
yeah, okay.
I'm taking fucking goddamn.
Twice. It just says twice as hot as
I'll take
I guess
it.
the normal flaming hot.
I'm taking
I don't know if I
two.
can. I'm gonna take one more little. This kind of defeats the last
This one's
tab,
hot.
but I don't care.
Yeah.
It
Well,
does.
this
It's like
the last chip.
it's gonna
looks
be
a
like the
little scary.
7th dab.
Yeah.
Goddamn 20th
It's still
dab.
the last one, I guess.
Okay, now we're getting
It's the last out of all of them.
We're
They don't,
really
they don't call it the
semantics.
first
feeling it
dab,
now.
despite it being
It's first and
it's the
also
only
last.
dab, right? Like,
That's a little less dramatic of a name.
yeah.
The
Okay, I'm
only
feeling
dab.
it now a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So the first question of phase 3 is, y'all have been leading up to this too.
Oh my god, I came out my nose. Goddamn, what the hell? Oh my god.
What's your favorite bit to do during a show?
It's a bit about deer and how like they just face no adversity, man. They just they just be walking around the campus like they got somewhere to be and shit. And like I was driving with my friend and I saw a deer using the fucking crosswalk.
Yeah. So with improv, it's like a little more like abstract of like. Anyways, some of my favorite like tropes that come up are like I love it when someone comes out with like just someone says something like a really stupid idea. Just you know like what if we got like 100 chickens and then put strings on them and they could drive our car around, right? And like
So true.
like a new comedian would like walk on stage and be like, "Man, you're such an idiot. You're so stupid." And that's like because that's like kind of playground humor, like putting somebody down. But man, I love it when someone says, "What if we got 100 chickens and tried to make our car go?" And you go, "Oh, hold on a second.
What if?
Wait. I've got 50 chickens. You've got 50 chickens." And so just like taking a dumb idea and just hyping the hell out of it is just always so funny to me. Like unconditional support for people who just don't have the right idea on like silly issues like how to get a car to go. And then another like DPS classic is just like someone walks on and initiates like a very normal scene, like buying eggs at the store, and then you reply with a funny voice, like, "Yeah, you can have some eggs. How many eggs do you want? We sell them by the single egg." And like, it's they get more expensive each egg you buy. There's an egg shortage. Like just taking something mundane and then putting somebody there who. I don't know. Something's like
Who makes it weird?
a little off.
In terms of comedy, do
All
you
the
think
Birch Bay fans, the Birch Bay John fans.
that there are any aspects of like topics that you shouldn't talk about, or do you think anything in comedy is like on the
Good
books?
question.
In improv, especially when you're up there with somebody else, especially in like an educational space when like you're still learning as improvisers, and so you don't know like how everyone's gonna react to stuff. The rule of thumb is that we only make jokes about things that people chose, like choices that people make, right?
Okay.
So, right, if you're gonna make a joke that's like somebody's got like, I don't know, like an ugly color of hair or something, right? Like it better be that they dyed it that color and go like, "No, this is a really nice color. This is like the most prismarine blue they had." Right, or like whatever you want, like, but it's something that they that they have control over and could have done otherwise, right? Because when you go on and make a joke about something that like somebody just has no power over, that shit is sad. It is not funny. It just kind of like you watch it, and you go, I didn't even want to hear that. Like it just reminds me of the world's ills. Not like, and even if it's like something abstract, like if you like make up like a bunch of aliens who like have like are always sneezing all the time and it's really sad because they can't stop sneezing even if they want to. Like I feel bad for the aliens. I'm not laughing. I'm like,
They
why?
can't help it.
Yeah, that sucks that they have to sneeze like that. And so yeah, the rule of thumb, especially when you're working with people who are new to the game, is make jokes about things that people chose. You good?
Abby's been going hard with
I'm
the
going.
Tapatio.
Woo. What do y'all think makes a good comedian? And who are your inspirations, or who do you kind of see like as an influence?
You have something off the top?
My favorite stand-up right now is James Acaster.
Oh my Me too.
Yeah, because he just goes up there and lies. he goes up there and is just willing to like spin, and that's like been my recent kick for stand up.
True. Just be lying and shit.
Yeah, for favorite like improvisers, it's like local people. I think that improv like can be recorded. There are like good specials on Netflix.
Have you seen Middle Dish and Swords?
Yeah, and it's like a great set. And
Thomas Mildred's a sex pest, but that show goes hard.
They have a good set. I think that like improv is like I think that improv just like on video never comes across as cool. I think that like the spontaneity, the electricity in the room is what really does it. So like, yeah, like improvisers who have influenced me have been like people that were on DPS before me, people who I've seen in shows in Seattle. My high school coach are like the people that I would cite as like the largest influence because I got to do it with them. And I think that with improv in particular, it's like a do not show. And so like I think that it's just easier when you can get in the room with someone and do that. Stand up I think is a little bit easier to observe from a distance and learn a lot from.
Do you have any specific people?
Yeah, generally before I get into specific to me, I think that the way I work with art is seeing other people do it just gets me fucking amped. So everyone in club, just seeing them go up and do their thing and fucking kill it gets me like, okay, now I gotta do it. Not really a competitive way, but just like it fucking inspires me. But yeah, specific comedians growing up, a lot of specials that I really like. Chris Rock Tambourine was really
that's funny,
influential to just kind of how I think about comedy.
Yeah.
Just kind of like in the angles I want to hit and like how, because what's really important in a joke to me is like kind of having some staying power, some sticking power in your head. And a way I really like that Chris Rock does a lot, because there would be a lot of situations where it's like, oh, something happens, it's like, oh, this is like the fucking joke he was talking about. And I want to make jokes like that where it's like people can kind of bring it into their lives and either like fucking regurgitate it or just be like, oh, this reminds me of the fucking joke Johnny said that one time. What the H? And that's, I think, some of my favorite jokes do that. And another one is obviously not recently, but Dave Chappelle. That always has to come with an asterisk.
Yeah.
It's like being a Kanye fan.
In the good old days.
It's like, but a lot, I think, fucking, in specific, his special, The Bird Revelation, just the kind of vibe and ecosystem within the room he was able to create just kind of
was that the one in the cellar?
Yeah, he was just like chilling on a stool half the show. I was like, this is crazy. It was just so chill, but he was also so funny. And Dave Chappelle's also he's just such a fucking natural at it that even when he's rambling, he can always bring it back around to being funny. And like, that's something I really want to try to do.
I think that I think a good comic is somebody that's just really curious about the world around them. Yeah. Like I think that and I think that can be in like a lot of ways, but like just somebody who like keeps their head up and is like looking around for things.
Yeah.
Or like even like an introspective curiosity of like I've found like, man, I've had this joke that I've been workshopping for like a year about t-shirt cannons where I'm like 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 it's a funny object, right? Yeah. Like who has ever needed right? Who has I've told it like 4 different ways.
You could probably just say the word t-shirt cannons.
Right?
Get a couple
but like
laughs.
and so that's just like something that sits in the back of my brain and that I'm always thinking about of like what is the funniest context to have a t-shirt cannon in? or like what's the funniest reason to own one? Or like what's the who would be the funniest person to own a t-shirt can, right? And there are just all of these questions that you can ask.
Any last piece of advice for anyone that might want to join or like anything that involves comedy, improv, anything like that?
Just
start.
It,
yeah,
man.
Just start. There's nothing. There's no reason why you shouldn't, like, if you want to do stand-up, go to an open mic and tell that thing that made your friend laugh. If you want to do improv, you don't got to do shit. Just walk into the room.
Even if you just want to, like, we got club meetings, you can come to the club. We got a bunch of people who came to the club and they're like, I got nothing. I just want to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's fine. You can show up and watch.
Oh, cool.
If you come to Dead Parrots and you're not even sure you want to do improv, you can come in and just watch other people do it. When you want to go up, you can. That's fine.
We welcome observers.
Yeah, but it's like
But we're more welcome.
Yeah. I'd say step 1, get in the room. Everything after that, I think you'll figure it out. But just show up, get in the room. That's how it starts. And I'd really encourage people to take advantage of it now because it's rarer than you might think. If you're if you want to do an improv jam like that, like in somewhere like Seattle, that's cool. They totally exist. You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It costs money.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Right, because they got to book the theater.
Oh, yeah.
Right, like that shit costs money. No one's gonna. Right, we just have rooms here that belong to the university and we're allowed to use. I don't think that there will be an easier point of entry than like a club, and that's probably true for like most hobbies. Like your college club is probably like a great place to start whatever hobby you want.
Right.
But these are the ones I know about
because it's so like comedy is so based on like getting out there and doing it. Where it's like art, I can look up on YouTube. Like I'm an artist first and foremost. I just kind of fell into stand up, but it's like the biggest difference is that it's so based on seeing like being amongst the people and doing just going out and doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And like so it's a lot less inaccessible like by a token of that, I feel like. So when you can find like an accessible way to do it, I feel like just try it out, you know?
Yeah.
See if you like it or not.
Cool. Well, we'll do a little bit of a plug for each of y'all's clubs at the end, but now we're going into phase
My
4.
club especially.
Phase 4,
Yeah,
which is
yes,
the
sir.
last hot chip.
The last hot chip.
But
What are these?
honestly,
Zaps.
Zaps.
Voodoo, actually, I ain't. It's a hot chip.
Hot chip.
They gotta pay me to show the label, but trust me, it's hot. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be doing. Oh my god.
No free promo.
No free promo.
We'll be doing 2 different things, and I think before we'll probably situate, like we'll figure out the prompts and then eat it, so it's like, you know, right on the.
We can give instructions.
Yeah.
Clear
So we'll be doing a little bit of stand up.
head.
I'm gonna eat like.
Say, these
I'm gonna
are,
eat like 5
They
of
don't
these
look
jars.
Say, they don't
super
look-
spicy.
they don't look
They kind of
super-
just like look like regular chips.
I get a
Yeah,
bunch
but it
too.
says voodoo heat,
Are
but
they
maybe
really?
that's scary, right? Like that's.
Voodoo heat.
I want to take the gloves off so I don't get shot with like the goddamn gloves.
But we'll put on some tapatio.
I'm gonna put on some tapatio.
The mitts are out. I'm gonna just.
I'm
eat.
gonna get some of both.
I'm gonna make it crazy. I'm gonna eat like goddamn.
Okay.
I'm gonna just eat 5 chips and then drink some Tabasco and then call it a day.
Is this how many people's dinners is this right now?
Mine.
Yours.
Mine.
Your.
Dude, not
Yep.
hot.
Yep.
What the hell?
Are they not hot?
Going to
That's why you need the sauce.
The world's hottest potato
I
chips.
feel like people,
Are they
I feel like there's not
spicy?
a lot of
Baby?
competition.
I thought, like, who's making?
Oh,
A little fucking baby.
Spencer.
A little
from Waco.
goddamn. A mouse.
Wait, so are they spicy at all? They just taste like regular kettle chips.
They're kind of tangy a little bit.
Oh, have you guys eaten them?
I just
No,
ate
I
like-
loaded
ate
them with
like
the hot
3.
sauce.
All right.
I don't even know, bro.
Okay.
I don't even, bro. What is going on? When
Is it
voodoo
just-
heat can make your hair stand on end.
Is it? Is
The-
it?
Not
the
for
hot
faint of
sauce is
heart. Bro, I'm
spicy.
glad we didn't give them promo. This shit is ass. This shit- what the hell?
Did you put on the
wow,
tapatio yet?
No, I haven't.
You-
I'm gonna drink some fucking goddamn
Honestly, just drink this
Tabasco.
entire thing. Oh.
Do you like
Tabasco.
spicy food or not? I still can't tell if that was like a bit.
You know,
It's a
You just
mystery.
gotta
Wait.
keep me.
Yeah, this
I
isn't even
have
spicy.
surprises.
I think the Takis are
That's
the
what the
spiciest.
Johnny fans like about me. I'm fucking unpredictable.
The Johnny fans.
I do like these last
No,
chips.
these are kind of good.
They're just
I was
not.
like,
But yeah, they're
Come on.
good.
They
but they're
might
not
be the
like-
world's spiciest potato chip. I've never had a spicier potato chip, but I don't think I've tried very hard either.
did you try the Tabasco yet?
I'm gonna drink it. I just told y'all.
It smells kind of funky.
I'm gonna take like a shot. I'm gonna take it like a shot.
Should we
That's
just
a
all
better
take
idea.
a just
I'd do that.
plug it?
I'd do it. All right, and after the shot, we're doing funniest stories at
Funniest story
Western.
at Western. How's that?
Spicy.
There you
Is
go.
it spicy? Is it getting to you? Maybe I really should just take a little mini shot.
You know, I got it on my hands now. Now life is gonna be dangerous.
I'll do a
for
shot of
me.
that and then
Okay.
do a joke. And that's over there, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe we. Okay, I'm gonna take this shot.
Fly too close to the sun?
It's Icarus. It's my Icarus.
You want?
No!
$3.
No!
Oh, my throat feels weird. I haven't drinking water yet either. I'm proud of myself.
He's splurting. Oh, this is gonna be horrible.
This one sucks.
I kind of want to try the Tabasco because Tabasco that's like
I'll do-
really spicy.
I'll do some of the Tabasco and then do the joke.
I'm gonna get a water chaser.
Run up.
I'm gonna get a water
Oh
chaser.
no, I got it on my finger.
I got it on the.
I'll do both hot sauces and then
Yeah.
do the joke.
All right, so we've taken kind of a little bit of a shot, but now we're gonna go into phase 4, which is the last dab. Even though, well, this is the last dab, right?
Yeah.
We'll take another dab
the
too
last
after the
fucking-
other.
The last chug.
Yeah. So right now what's going to happen is we have a prompt for these two stand-up comedians, and they're going to talk about their funniest story at Western. But before that, they're going to take a little shot to spice things up before they get rolling. So are y'all ready? Ben and Johnny.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, man. Here's to all my Johnny fans out
This
there.
one's for the Johnny fans.
I know y'all pulling for me. This one's for you.
You reckon?
So-
All right, y'all ready?
I work at the tutoring center, and I was in a work meeting, and someone logged in via Teams to like call into the meeting, and they're going and they're talking, and then like their like mic cuts out, and their like camera freezes, and they go like blank, and we're like, oh, like we can't hear you, and it seems like a normal like Zoom freeze, but they're like, we see in the camera they're like in a car. It's like they're like, I don't know, they're in transit, they're going somewhere, and then it freezes, and you're like, oh, it must have been like internet that dies.
Yeah,
And they disconnect from the call. And we're like, oh, bummer, must have lost reception because they drove somewhere where the car wasn't supposed to go, and the phone doesn't work. And so, but then they rejoin the call, and they say, hey everybody, so sorry about the interruption. But our vehicle experienced a collision incident. And like I have never heard such an academic way to say I crashed my car. Because my vehicle experienced a collision incident. It's passive voice. The vehicle experienced it, and it's not a car crash. It's just a little incident. It's not an accident. It's an incident, and it's just a little collision. It's just my vehicle experienced a collision incident, and then we went on with the meeting, but we could hear like someone next to her like yeah, the insurance number is 817. And then you start to hear sirens coming, and she's like, yeah, I don't know, I just think that to support the students taking math 107, we need, yeah, okay, and you can see the fender fell off entirely. So yeah, that's mine.
Yay! Woo! All right.
Okay, here we go.
You ready for this?
This is it.
You got it.
This is it. You know, it's coming back up to me now.
Yeah.
I think now I'm drinking straight hot sauce. My stomach don't like it no more.
No. Really?
Dude, I gotta study for my midterms after this.
Full send it. Full
believe
send
that?
it. It's for
Yeah.
your fans.
Tell me about it.
Oh.
Look at
Woo.
it go.
Oh my
For
God.
the Johnny fans.
Woo.
For the Johnny fans, and where was it? Where was his mic?
Birch Bay.
Birch Bay! This one's for Birch Bay!
I don't know if y'all noticed, but this school is very white. Very. I don't know if you've noticed that. I don't know if you. Yeah, I just have I've been writing down observations for the past few months. Yeah, I've been recording the whitest moments I've seen. I just wanted to relay a few of them to you. You personally, Ben. I'm not talking to them anymore. It's me and you. Fucking. Got it. My first one, I saw a Footloose dance party in the park a few months back.
Which park?
Which part? It was the one across from the VU. It was so white that even my white friends were like, they were revolted. And I looked at, they were like shriveling in on themselves. I was walking to the dining hall in Fairhaven, and I saw them. You know that lobby area in the downstairs.
Sure.
I walked in. I had to. They were just playing hacky sack in the downstairs lobby area inside.
Yeah.
And I had to just walk past them like they weren't doing it to get my food.
Man, I'm just trying to eat.
Lasting off, I think, is it in the third camera or the second?
That was the first one I did.
Whatever
No problem.
camera. Number one. Camera number one. What clubs, organizations, what can you say? Plug your,
This one?
club. Yeah.
So you got to check our Instagram at Dead Parrots WW. And if you want to come try improv, check us out. You can come to our club, Bond Hall 225. It's Tuesdays, 8 to 10 p.m. All people of like the Western community are welcome to come and give it a shot, or even just watch. We'd love to see you there.
Dead Parrots Society, more like Dead on Arrival, because ain't nobody fucking going there. Go to Cow instead. Follow us on Instagram on @CowWWU, cow.wwu, cow period WWU, C.O.W, cow period WWU. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at Johnny Cross Kinda Funny. Oh man, it's a great club, great atmosphere. Our goal is to make stand-up as accessible and fun as possible, and I think we succeed. And if you don't believe it, you should come and fucking find out. Okay? So goddamn. And you can also go to Improv Club because they're on different days.
They're on different days.
Also, fucking at the Karate Church every Tuesday that we don't have an open mic, there is an open mic that some people in the club, Jackson and Damon, run, and it starts at 7 p.m. So if you just got nothing to do at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday,
Because you're coming to 8
you
later.
wanna go. And then every Thursday, the weeks that aren't happening, we have an open mic at the Underground. Sign up start at 6:30. Cool. Come to the club. Follow me. Follow Cow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Woo. Yeah. Woo. That is the end of this podcast. You know, it wasn't exactly like Hot Ones. But it's kind of, yeah. On that note, I mean, we might do this in the future with better chips.
I'm kind of dizzy.
Yeah.
My stomach hurts.
The bathroom will be an interesting experience after this. But we hope you all enjoyed, and go follow these awesome clubs. And that's it. Just signing off. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Wavelength is a program of the Associated Students of Western Washington University, and we'd like to thank WWU's Digital Media Center for production support, as well as our music composer, Austin Colwell from Harbor Day. You can find a link to Austin's music in the episode description below.